Yes, you guys are reading that title right. Yes, you are seeing Mac Jones. No, you're not seeing Trey Lance. No, you are not seeing Kyle Trask. Yeah, I'm talking about Mac Jones, and yeah, I'm talking about him coming to the New England Patriots. What is going on, Pats Nation? It's Patriots Global here, back with another video, and in this one, I just want to talk about Mac Jones, entering the 2021 NFL Draft. I'm not 100% sure if there's going to be a combine. I would hope so, but that would be up shortly. In April, we have the NFL Draft coming up. Everything is approaching very, very soon, and the New England Patriots are staying at a point where they have to rebuild tremendously, and especially that starts with the quarterback position. I want to start off by saying, is Mac Jones the best quarterback in this class? No, he's not. Again, he is not Trevor Lawrence. He is not Justin Fields. He's not Trey Lance. He's not a Kyle Trask. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what your rankings are for quarterbacks in the 2021 NFL Draft. What matters is who is going to fit the Patriots system the best. Bill Belichick, Josh McDaniels, the Patriots scheme. Who is going to fit that best? Not who is just the best all-around player, because in the end, it really doesn't matter if a guy is all that talented but comes into a system like the Patriots, where the Patriots are just completely different around a different spectrum and different styled quarterback. And I think we saw that this past year with Cam Newton. And what I mean by that is the Patriots went for 2 decades, even more, rolling with a Tom Brady, Drew Bledsoe, whatnot, just a classic pocket passing quarterback, someone who can stand tall in the pocket and move the ball with their arm, not really their legs. And the NFL is changing, and I will say that. And Belichick definitely has to keep that in mind, that having a quarterback who's able to be mobile is very much needed in today's league. You look at Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, some of the new and upcoming great quarterbacks in this league do have that ability to run. But that's just not what the Patriots system has ever really been about. The Patriots system has not been about getting just a true quarterback who likes to move outside the pocket and just use his legs to pick up yardage, make the plays with his legs. That's not been the Patriots. The Patriots have always been the type of team who has always done the short dump offs, the slants, take shots down the field from time to time, whether it's a go route or a fly route. And this past year with Cam Newton, I think we saw that for the most part, they were trying to make Cam Newton Tom Brady, Drew Bledsoe. They were trying to make him the styled quarterback that this franchise has been based around for just so many years. And they just weren't basing it around the type of quarterback that Cam was. And that is part of why our offense and the plays just were not going well, because they were forcing Cam Newton to be the type of quarterback that he wasn't. And for a short period of time, the Patriots did use plays that were more based around Cam Newton's strengths, but then they went back away from it and went back to that classic pocket passer quarterback. And to me, it's just clear that the Patriots want to keep rolling with what their franchise and what this system and their scheme has been based around, and that is picking up yardage slowly, taking shots downfield if it's there, but using your arm and being able to pick up plays that way, not just relying on you to scramble and use your feet and, RPOs constantly and shotgun. And that's where Mac Jones fits in. And when I talk about him, I think you'll hear exactly why he sounds perfect for the Patriots and what the Patriots just want to do with a quarterback. And all around, there's a lot to like about him. He's still very, very young. So much time to develop in the league. Just 22, sits at 6'3", so brings a nice size, at least height-wise. But I think that he really showed what he's capable of this past Monday night, in which he threw for just a career game, throwing for 464 yards, 5 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He led his team to a 52-24 overall win. And again, if you're the Patriots, you're Patriots fans, would you want a Zach Wilson? Would you want a Trevor Lawrence? Would you want a Justin Fields? For sure you would. But at the same time, the Patriots have so many needs that, do they want to trade up all the way into the top 5 in order to acquire one of those guys? I just don't know if Belichick would do that. Especially because Trevor Lawrence, he's going number 1. Zach Wilson probably going number 2. And then Justin Fields, there's a lot of questions surrounding him. He could go 4 or 5 too also. So again, the Patriots would have to trade in the top 5, and chances are they could probably just grab Trevor Lawrence. Or not Trevor Lawrence, but Justin Fields. And I personally just don't think Justin Fields would fit exactly what the Patriots want to do. If New England did draft Mac Jones, it would give them more certainty and just comfortability and stability at that quarterback position. Combined with where he's coming out of college, he is used to being in big games. This isn't like Zach Wilson playing at BYU where he's coming out of college and going to the NFL and you're wondering, is he going to be able to translate into the NFL? For a fact that Mac Jones has had to go up against some of the toughest opponents. He's in one of the toughest college schemes to play in. Mac Jones would give the Patriots a quarterback that can get that ball out quick. He's not someone that has issues holding on to the ball for too long, can't get that ball out, can't get through his progressions. He has a 77.4 completion percentage overall this year and has been nothing but accurate with the football. I should also go to say that he did throw for 11.2 yards per attempt this year, with 41 touchdowns and just 4 interceptions. He's been nothing but productive, but along to go with him being productive, he's been consistent, and that is something that, the Patriots could use also. That's a big worry with a lot of quarterback prospects, is that they have flashes of being great, but they're not consistent. And because of that, when they go into the NFL, sometimes you get great games and sometimes you don't. The Patriots need a guy who can get the job done, but can do it week in and week out. Mac Jones would definitely give you more of that, Tom Brady, Daniel Jones-esque type of quarterback. And what I mean by that is that he's a classic pocket passing quarterback. He is not your scrambling quarterback. He really doesn't have much of an ability to do so at all. He carried the ball 35 times from 14 yards this year with the Crimson Tide. I'd give him a little bit better of an ability than Tom Brady, but it's not by much. The biggest thing that is worrisome about him, minus his ability or non-ability to be a mobile quarterback, is just the fact that, look, he had so many amazing targets while he was with the Crimson Tide. Alabama truly has some of the best players. We're talking about potentially 3 guys from Alabama offensively going into the first round of the 2021 draft. Whether you want to talk about Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, 2 really amazing wide receivers, again, that very well could go in the first round this year, along with running back Najee Harris. He has those pass-catching running backs, pass-catching tight ends who are able to get that job done. So a lot of people just have that question, and rightfully so, on is Mac Jones productive because he's a great quarterback, or is Mac Jones productive because he has some really, really great supporting cast members to go along with what he's doing? I think either way, you bring in Mac Jones, and he's an upgrade in the passing game from what Cam Newton has. Is he an upgrade when it comes to being mobile, getting outside the pocket? No, not even close. There's not even a percentage that he's better. But 100% he would get the passing game going, even if it was with the same weapons than Cam Newton was able to do. If the Patriots were to, select Mac Jones, the Patriots would definitely need to revamp this wide receiver core, the tight ends, the running backs. That is going to be number one in order for him to succeed. You got to get in some big playmakers at wide receiver. Hopefully you can have a guy like Asiasi and Keene step up a little bit more. Maybe they bring in another tight end, Hunter Henry, whatnot. And then I think you would also want to keep somebody like James White, who is a very, very good, one of the best in the league as a pass-catching running back. I'm not saying, to go out and get him weapons like Baker Mayfield has with the Cleveland Browns. Would that be amazing? 100%. But I just don't think it's all that logical. But without a doubt, you have to get 100% playmakers that are going to make a difference. Because what the Patriots have now, what we've seen the past couple seasons, that's not going to get it done. And I guarantee you, Bill Belichick knows that. Despite the supporting cast he had, whether it was terrible or whether it was great, there are things that you cannot take away despite the supporting cast he had. And that is his accuracy. He has tremendous accuracy, whether it is short to intermediate routes, whether it was balls going down the field. He is one of the best accurate passing quarterbacks in this draft, if not the best. And the thing is he's always been like that. Whether it's been high school, whether it's been college, his accuracy has been nothing short of amazing. And then the second thing about him is his ability to read a defense, his ability overall to just make smart decisions. Again, like we talked about, 41 total touchdowns and 4 interceptions. You don't just do that because you have great playmakers. That also goes along with the fact that you know where to put the ball. You're able to put it in very, very tight windows, which Mac Jones can. And you know when to throw the ball, when to not throw the ball, when to throw the ball away. And that's something the Patriots didn't have with Cam Newton. You know, Cam Newton had trouble knowing when to throw the ball away. Cam Newton held onto the ball for way too long. Newton couldn't get through his progressions. He couldn't make the right type of throws. He had some issues fitting the ball into tight windows, and that's something you're just not going to see with Mac Jones. While it would be tremendous for him to add some type of mobility to his repertoire, essentially, it is the best case scenario for not just him and wherever he ends up, but if the Patriots, if they get lucky enough to select him, that he is a man who can open up the Patriots passing game tremendously with his accuracy and just quick decision making and just tremendous strength that he has. So if the Patriots did acquire him, he would be a complete 360 switch from what we saw from Cam Newton in the 2020 season. Now, even if the Patriots do decide to select Mac Jones in this year's draft, I don't think he's someone that the Patriots should go into 2021 ready to start. I think that they should let him sit back, learn the ropes of the NFL a little bit, especially not knowing how the offseason is going to go, which does also mean I think the Patriots should pick up some type of veteran quarterback in the offseason. Guys, also remember to go check out my boys over at BetOnline. The NFL regular season is finally over. The playoff picture is clear. The Super Bowl contenders are finally coming out. And there's only one place that has you covered and one place that we trust, and that is betonline.ag. Sign up today for your free account at betonline.ag and use that promo code CLNS50 for your 50% off welcome bonus. You know, whether it is NFL games of the week, college football, current headlines in sports, or whether you're just trying to gamble a little bit in the classic, blackjack or poker, BetOnline has you covered with all of that. Guys, do not sit on the sideline anymore. Get in with all of the action. Don't forget to use that promo code CLNS50 to receive 50% off on your first deposit. But I want to know what your guys' thoughts are on Mac Jones. I know a lot of people are against him for some reason, especially a lot of Patriots fans. I don't necessarily know why. I know a lot of people want Trey Lance. I don't think he'll be there for the Patriots. Even if he is, I'm not too high on him. The last thing I will say about Mac Jones is that he definitely does not have the strongest arm in the NFL. He doesn't have a cannon of an arm. He isn't going to launch the ball 80 yards down the field. Not an Aaron Rodgers, not a Patrick Mahomes, not a Trey Lance in the sense of that cannon arm, but brings so many other aspects that I think some of these other prospects don't have and just really would fit the Patriots system very well. What are you guys thinking, though? Let me know in the comment section below. Remember to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for all of your New England Patriots news. Like always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.
In Astro World.